If your dog stops eating, won't leave your side, or keeps staring at nothing, don't ignore it. Your dog is not being weird. Your dog is watching you. And your dog is picking up on something the people around you haven't noticed yet. This is what dogs do right before their owner dies. And once you understand why, everything changes. Keep watching. There is a story about a small dog who sat by a door for 3 days straight. Not eating, not sleeping much, just waiting. And what happened on that third day is something that is very hard to explain. Picture a small dog sitting by the front door of a house. The house is busy. People are coming and going. Life is still moving. But the dog is not moving, not barking at visitors, not running to the food bowl, not playing with the toys on the floor, just sitting there, facing the door, waiting for someone to come home. Except that person is never coming home again. And somehow, the dog already knows. Nobody told the dog anything. Nobody sat down and explained what was happening. But the dog knew. And it did not move from that door until the rest of the house finally understood what the dog had felt 3 days before. But that is just one story, because in a care home far away, an animal was doing something so accurate, so consistent, that the people who worked there started relying on it to know when to make a phone call. Here is what was happening inside those walls. Inside a care home for elderly people, there was an animal that spent its days walking the hallways. It did not stay in one room. It did not have a favorite person. Most of the time, it kept to itself. But every once in a while, it would walk down the hallway slowly, stop at a specific door and go inside. Then it would lie down beside the person in that bed and stay there. The staff noticed it happening. Then they noticed something else. Every time that animal chose a room and stayed, that person passed away within hours. Every single time. So the staff started watching for it. When the animal walked into a room and did not come back out, they made the call. They told the family to come because they knew that animal was detecting something none of the doctors or machines in that building could pick up, and it was never wrong. So, what is actually happening inside a dog when they sense something like this? The answer is in their nose, and the numbers behind it are almost impossible to believe. Your nose has about 5 million scent receptors. Your dog's nose has around 220 million. That is not just a little better. That is a completely different machine. We already know dogs can smell cancer. Real studies, real results, dogs detecting cancer just from a person's breath. So think about what happens when a body starts to slow down, when things inside start to change, when organs get tired, when the body's chemistry quietly shifts. The smell of that person changes too. You will never notice it, but your dog will. Your dog has been smelling you every single day. They know you're normal. They know when you are tired. They know when something feels off. So, when something deeper starts to change inside your body, your dog picks it up. Before any machine does. Before your doctor does. Before you do. And when a dog picks up on that change, their behavior shifts in very specific ways. Number 3 on this list is the one that most people completely miss. Here are the 5 things that happen. Number 1, they stop leaving your side. A dog that normally runs everywhere, plays with everyone, gets into everything, suddenly just sits next to you, not sleeping, not asking for anything. Just there, glued to you like something invisible is holding them in place. Number 2, they go quiet. The barking stops, the energy drops. Something deep inside them shifts to a different mode, like they know this is not the time to be loud. Number 3, they stop eating. This is the one that catches people off guard. The dog is not sick. The food is right there. but they are not interested. Because right now, you matter more than food. And for a dog, that is everything. Number 4, they guard your space. They walk slowly between rooms, checking on everyone, back and forth, like they are holding the whole house together with nothing but their presence. Number 5, they get closer to you. They press their nose into your hand. They lean their whole body against you. They rest their head on your lap and just breathe. Not asking for attention. Not looking for anything in return. Just making sure you feel them there. Scientists have been studying this for years, and even the ones who were skeptical could not fully explain away what they kept finding. Here is what the research actually says. Scientists who study the bond between dogs and people keep landing on the same conclusion. The way a dog feels about its owner is not that far from the way a person feels about someone they deeply love. When that person gets sick, when the body starts to change, the dog feels the shift before anyone else. Not because they understand what is happening, but because their nose and their senses are built to catch things the rest of the world can't. Studies show that dogs start changing their behavior before a person even shows signs of being unwell, before the first hospital visit, before the first test result, before anyone in the house has any reason to worry. The dog is already different, already closer, already watching. Scientists believe the dog is picking up on tiny changes in body smell and chemistry that happen long before a person feels anything wrong. Your dog's nose is simply that powerful, and their love for you makes them pay attention to every single signal you give off. But sensing something is coming is only part of the story. What a dog chooses to do with that feeling is the part nobody really talks about. And it is the most important part of all. Here is the thing that stays with me. It is not just that dogs can feel something is coming. It is what they do when they feel it. They do not run. They do not hide. They do not act out. They stay. Right there. Beside you. A dog does not know what death is. A dog cannot read a diagnosis. A dog has no way of understanding what is actually happening. But when something starts to change in the person they love most, they move closer. Not because they were told to. Not because they were trained to. Just because you are theirs. And in that moment, being beside you is the only thing that matters to them. There are stories of dogs who stayed for hours, not sleeping deeply, not wandering away, just breathing slowly beside someone as that person took their last breath. They did not need to understand it. They just needed to be there. And they were. So, what do dogs do right before their owner dies? They smell something changing before anyone else can. They go quiet when the world keeps moving. They stop eating because you are more important than anything in their bowl. They guard the space around you. They get as close as they possibly can. They do not understand what is coming, but they understand you. And when the moment arrives, they are already there, right beside you, where they have always been. If this video hits you deep, hit the subscribe button. And if you have ever had a dog who seemed to know something before you did, leave a like. Drop your dog's story and name in the comments. I read every single one. And some of those stories deserve to be heard.